Yeah, good afternoon. My name is GH.Dr. Raphael Balogun, as you know. And today, right now, this evening, I'll be talking about um, escorting. Escorting. Escorting services. I'm not saying those ones that will be ADC after motor. You know what I'm talking about. The one that you use the coded word escorting for, which in reality you are talking about sexual services like having sex for mommy, like sugar daddy things, like sugar mommy things, like any kind of sexual transaction that will end in money. Some other people might want to call it prostitution. And excuse me, while they are actually correct to some extent, it doesn't mean they are absolutely correct. If they call prostitution in a kind of hypocritical manner, now they are wrong. But if they give it a positive definition, like they write the dictionary and say prostitution is the act of having sex for money, as simple as that, without adding any positive or negative, not for money rather. If they put it this way, that prostitution is the act of having sex for anything in return, you get, then that is prostitution. And anything in return can include commitment, can include both of you having orgasm, can include anything, you get, in as much you agree to the sex and you are happy about it, you get, because everything in life is a business transaction between two people. Your relationship with God, the Most High, is a business transaction. Your relationship with your parents is a business transaction. Your relationship with your friends is a business transaction. Fight happens with anybody that is not happy. Like, you do business transaction with anybody and they are not happy with it, that's when fight happens. You could fight your parents because the business transaction between you and your parents is not balanced. Most times it's the child that fights the parent because the parent likes to use some kind of unnecessary veto power, you get, to come and shit the child, you get. But it doesn't mean the child is always right too, you get what I'm saying now. The child we have, the children have a lot of flaws, yes, they're just growing, but it doesn't mean parents don't even have more than their flaws, you get. Do you know what they call flaw? The real flaw according to God is what your knowledge know that is wrong to do and you still do it. Most youth don't even know what is right and what is wrong as much as their parents do. Yes, their parents even know more of that and they still do more of the wrong things than the right things. Then they are not in a very good position to be chastising their children over the mistake they are also constantly making. You get what I'm saying now? Unless they just advise the child as much as, and let the child see that they are putting a lot of effort in correcting themselves as well. You understand what I'm saying now? So let's just put that aside. Now, escorting, prostitution, this and that. To me, to Ayeconet, prostitution is a positive term and it means you are having sex. Simple as ABC. You are having sex. You are having masturbate sex. You are having, you get, either with yourself in form of masturbation, where you yourself use your hand to jerk off, or with someone else, you get, either with yourself or with someone else, you get, regardless of the time. If it is not rape, you get, if it is not rape, like what, and it's not cheating the other partner, and it's not sexual harassment, and it's not sexual violence, it is prostitution. Because the act of prostitution is maybe you have sex for something in return. Yes, who have sex with not for nothing in return? Who does? I've not seen. And if there is, the person is hypocritic. Yet the person is hypocritic, and on the long run the person will not be happy, and then the person will also be living a kind of unhealthy life with himself and with others as well, because mentally there will not be stability between him and or she and the other person, since the sexual intercourse is not balanced. Like, she's the one losing. Aside mentally, physically she would be weak, she would be tired, and that one we don't know. You get, she's the one giving free thing now. Aside, and she will not even have money to treat herself, or maybe she's using the savings she has saved, the savings that she's supposed to use to do something important. She'll be using that one to be treating herself again. That is physical. Emotional, she will feel unloved. She will feel like she has to give, or he will feel like he has to give before he can appreciate or they pay. You get, that is emotionally too. So wait, when psychologically and biologically you are losing from a transaction of sex, then what is the essence of giving that sex in the name of you shall want to prove something? Congratulations with your proving. It's your own problem. Now back to the this thing. So escorting that they say is sex services, prostitution or whatever. I wouldn't say prostitution or sex services is wrong. I wouldn't say it's right either at this extent. It means you will determine by the future whatever I say. So be in suspense. Now, lighting. Really? Like, are you joking with me? Camera. Okay, I know what to do. So, it's better now. So now, say that now. Okay. Now let's now start talking about what escorting is, and what it is, and what it should be. Okay. Generally, according to me, according to Ayeconet, I see escorting service as the as what they call another word for companionship. There's someone who is leading. That's the I'm going to talk about the difference between companionship and escorting now. Escorting is there's a master. There's someone who needs your services. That person employs you for your services and treats you like you would have a kind of master and slave relationship. So when someone is escorting you, it means the person is being your personal assistant at that moment. Now, personal assistants can now be in various forms. It can be in business form, where you have the person like a normal secretary in the office, have the person do his official duty, is a form of escorting. Bodyguarding the person in form of moving around with the person in form of protection is another form of escorting. You are the protection personal assistant. You get what I'm saying? While if it is for office, you are the business personal assistant. You are the business escort. You get when it comes to maybe cooking or washing clothes or whatever, you are the domestic escort of that person. You get it means you are helping that person out. You are the domestic personal assistant, domestic escort. And what they call escorting is moving along with people, right, in life. You get the difference between escorting and companionship is simple. While escorting, you have a master and slave relationship, regardless of the degree. The degree may be small and may be high. You have a master and slave relationship. For companionship, you have equal, like you both are equal to each other at that point in time. Only that one person is paying for what he lacks. It means you are a businessman, independent businessman, solving problem for the other person. That is companionship. You get what I'm saying now? There's nothing like independent escort. I've seen it in a lot of sites. Independent escort actually means you are in the master and slave situation, but you are the boss of yourself that puts yourself into the master and slave situation between you and the person that employed you temporarily or maybe permanently, depending. That is independent. Why if it is not independent, it means you are in an agency. You are working for an agency who staffed you to that person, temporarily or permanently. That's the difference between the escorting that is outside now. Meanwhile, companionship is a kind of you can be independent companionship, you can be agency companionship, and both of them have their advantages and disadvantages. I would advise you go for agency because some leverages come with agency. The only difference is that maybe when there is work, you have to answer to the call. While for independent, if you like answer, if you like don't answer, it's your own problem. That's the only difference. But aside that, once you answer the call, you are protected for the agency type. But if it's the independent type, you get your protection is your own responsibility. You get it's like 100%. While the agency will at least protect you 50, 60, 70%. Now this time around you should take 100% the protection. Now, escorting it can be sexual as well, which is the most popular type of escorting. In fact, that is the purpose of all this escorting site. You get what I'm saying? For sexual, yeah, you want to escort someone sexually. It means you want to escort the person's sexual life. You get what I'm saying? It means the person will be the one giving the instruction on how to. You get, and don't forget, during the relationship between you and the person for the sexual escort, you get the person will be the master and you will be the slave. It is going to affect your sexual life. If the person decides to dominate you in a way that is detrimental to you, you would not like it. You will not like it because it's a master and slave relationship. Once anybody employs an escort, you should just be careful. Just look like, okay, there are some people who are righteous enough to like you don't know your employment description. But let me just give you friendship like you just need money for whatever. Even companionship is not your business. Well, you will lose me as a customer totally. You get, if it's companionship. You get what I'm saying now? But if it's escorting, you should be the slave. You get, but it depends on the person who employed you. If the person does not have the mind of using that privilege, then it's not going to use it. And if he wants to use it, there is nothing you can do, because that is what an escort is. An escort shows that one person is the boss and the other is the slave. You get, so you can be a business escort, you can be a domestic escort, you can be a travel escort, you can be a protection escort, you can be any version of escort you feel like being. But you should note one thing for sure, and that thing is that it is at the fact that you are the slave if you are the escort employed. You get what I'm saying now? That's for the escorting. And that's why when you go for escorting, you should behave the way you should behave professionally. You know, they call something modern slavery. You get what I'm saying? During those periods, just make sure that the slavery description is well prescribed. This is the only condition I am slave to you for this point in time. You get. Meanwhile, the other type is the companionship. You get. The companionship is like, you know what a companion is? A partner that assists you. You get, that compliments you. You get, this person may help you meet your goal. And you don't need to direct that person, because that person is also independent. Will you direct your husband? Will you direct your wife anyhow? If you are responsible and you're a go-getter, the same way you do for this escort and these companions. You get, there's business companions. Business companion accompany you with your business, they will be like business advisors. They will be helping you look for where you did not look at before. You know, for personal assistance, they will just listen to, sir, what do you want me to do now? Carry the bench. You carry the bench. Write ABC on it. That's for escort. But for companionship, how do you want the A to be written? This is how you want it to be written. But I'm thinking it should be written this way, because I have observed the market like you have done, and I've seen some parts you haven't seen. You get, so this is how the market is, this is how the market is, this is how the market is, and this is how the market is. So if you listen to me, I can even go ahead to help you, get the market to you. Now, you see the difference between companionship and escorting. Escorting is like robots. They listen to what you have to say and do it as you said them to do it. You get it? Meanwhile, companionship is like, this person will be like, you know, when husband have a business. Let's talk about business companionship first. The husband have a business. Even though you are both guys, you are both guys. If you have employed someone as your companion, you get something. Both of you will agree on terms and conditions. You get what I'm saying now? That will look like partnership. Now it's not boss and slavery. You get, okay, you are employing me as your business companion. What are my terms? I would want this. Okay, for this business, I want this percentage. You get, at least profit. We will share the profit in this way, but we will work together very well. You get, that is what companionship is. You get what I'm saying now? So now imagine when I'm your companion and you are doing business, I will also, the same way you are watching that you don't want to lose in the business, that's the same way I will also be watching that I don't want you to lose, because your loss is my loss. It's not like, you get what I'm saying? That's what companionship is like. You get what I'm saying? Companionship goes with you. It's like you are working as one. You get, doing the work together, wanting to make the success together. That's what companionship is. You get what I'm saying? So companionship can also be in different ways. There can be domestic companionship. Domestic companionship will not come and just wash your clothes. Domestic companionship will help you look at ways where you can improve your building, your house. You get what I'm saying now? Like, okay, this is your house, yes, okay, how will you get cheaper food? See, if you give an escort money, or if an escort is going to collect money, it's going to behave like slave. Just buy whatever can be bought and just leave it alone. That's how slave behaves. You get, but as a professional companion, you look at it, okay, what is the best food to buy? You get what I'm saying now? With these resources. You see the difference now? One will do it like it is our own, or it is his own. That is the companionship. You get, why the other you do it as a slave will. So in that you come as a partner, one will behave like a partner when doing the services, which is the companionship. The other will behave like a slave. You get what I'm saying now? Now, for instance, now, okay, let's not talk about the sexual companionship, sexual escorting. Now, sexual escorting, you become the master, and that one becomes the slave. You do everything you want to do, blah 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 blah. You keep instructing, keep directing. You get what I'm saying? Keep saying do this, keep saying do that, keep saying do this. Now, it will not be as enjoyable as, okay, if you now even ask as a guy now ask the girl that you are you called for escort service to come and do the riding. You know, the guy will keep asking that. And there's one thing about guys, if they're asking you a question, you that orgasm is asked for before, you get the sperm will just come out without any enjoyment. Then you ruin what? You ruin the escort call. You ruin the escort call. Meanwhile, for the companionship type, this is what you will do. You get this time around, the girl will even be suggesting methods that will make it better. Both of you will be, you get for the sexual escort too. So if now for sexual companionship, now look at, for instance, now there are some people, there are things I don't want to see. There are things that are not right to be heard, and there are some things that is not right to be said where I currently am. You get what I'm saying? So I'm not going to talk about them. But that's what companionship is all about. Now, in sexual companionship, what is right to do? Sexual escorting, what is right and wrong to do? Now, if you decide to be an escort, it is your responsibility. You want to be slave. But at least you should know the right way to be a slave. But I would advise, it is still wrong to know that you are a slave and be a slave. It's better you be a companion instead of an escort. You get what I'm saying now? Meaning, yes, your priority is the safety of your client, but it is at your own discretion. It means you will see more. You'll be able to see more. You'll be able to do your work more freely. You get, in a more effective way. Now, escorting, companionship, when it comes to business, you do it like a business partner. Professionally, you must be skillfully business-wise, and whatever your pay is always high. You get what I'm saying? And you get what I'm saying? While for escorting, just listening to your boss, whatever he wants to do, that is still within your reach. There must be an agreement you have signed with your organization, if you're an agency type, that would have protected you as an escort, saying that your employer cannot go beyond those limits. If that is the case, you can use that as a backup. But if you are an independent escort, it is dangerous. It is very dangerous. You don't have much of a right. You don't have much of a. I started a site before, Escort Ones. I changed it, but not because of that. I started as Escort Ones because I wanted to change the definition of escorting. Sometimes you use old names and stand firm as an agency. Then the next generations, the next set of customers, after the first few customers, after you've ruggeded it with them, you get what I'm saying now, they will come back to stand with your new definitions. You understand what I'm saying? Well, because the federal government said I should change the name of my organization to something else, because of misleading. They would ask for explanation of what you want to do with your business and this and that. So after you explain, they will document everything you've explained. They will now give you suggestion on the best way out, because I think it's not like I think. Those who registers are lawyers. They have lawyers, they have judges that are the registrar as well. That are making sure the process are well done in a way that is law abiding. You get what I'm saying now? So that is it about that one. There's law abiding that is effective and the rest. So aside that now, so companionship. Now, as a professional companionship, sexual or not, what are the things? Because I don't want to talk much about escorting, Jerry. As a companion, Jerry, if you want to do anything, what are the pros? If it is business, you have the skills. Most people looking for companion services are looking for those that are better than them. Those that have the knowledge, skills, and capacity, but equal or better than them. If it's low, a little bit, the one that they can brush up. You get what I'm saying now? So that is what they are looking for companionship. If it's a business companionship, domestic companionship is looking for someone who can take care of his house better. Most of the time, if a man looks for companionship, in real life he's looking for a wife. But because of some reasons, maybe his wife traveled or he's married already and he doesn't want, you can just say domestic companionship. Take care of his house and his children, but it will not lead to sex if he's married. Because the wife, and you get what I'm saying now. So as a righteous person and in a professional companionship, if agreement that is not signed does not involve sexual companionship, it is out of your jurisdiction. No matter what, you must not enter into it. Now let's now leave that. Let's now talk about the most interesting, the one you want to listen to. All those ones you can still read in the courses of that you will take before you become a certified companion. You get, but the one people are most interested in is the sexual companionship. Yes, as the sexual companionship, if you are the man, you are like the husband, you are like the boyfriend. You have to give the girl that is employing you husband boyfriend experience. You get, if you are the woman, you have to give her even you have to give him girlfriend wife experience. It's not washing of clothes to equality one really. You get what I'm saying now? So it means equality. You get what I'm saying now? It's like, let's say you just take someone out on a date the first time. You get, you know how it will look like. You get what I'm saying now? Even if it's sexual, you know how you will be gentle with each other. Now the advantage of companionship, the difference between companionship and wife is that it will always look like the first date. You get, like, you will be as careful as, yes, you have known each other, you know what you are looking for, but let's say the respect you give each other will look like you don't know the personal lives of each other as much as it would have been if it's wife, if it's husband. So you would respect their privacy and respect their individuality even while during your interaction. And you get what I'm saying now? Yes, you can have questions and other stuff, but you must respect them for as an individual that stands as an individual. You get what I'm saying now? So that is that about the companionship type. Now, there's also one part. If you're into companionship, let's forget about sexual hypocrisy now and focus on the right thing. I've explained what masturbation is, what masturbate sex is, and what sex is. You don't have any right to have sex with the person you are sexually companioning. You cannot have sex with that person. You get, the sexual part of companionship at best, like deepest, is masturbate sex. And you know what? You remember what masturbate sex is? Sex with condom throughout, no fluid, no genetic fluid contact. You get, that is sexual companionship. You get, keep using condom throughout, no genetic whatever. I've told you the conditions where you can do pure sex, genetic transfer type. Just two. One, if it is coordinated and it's just for gene transfer by a specified GH.Dr. You get what I'm saying? Or SH.Dr. that is under the supervision of and certification of a GH.Dr. You get? Or you are married. Those are the only two situations you can have sex with anybody. You get? Aside that, you are free to do masturbate sex in as much you are not harming the persons mentally and physically. You get what I'm saying now? Meaning, you are not harming the person physically by harassment and all those stuff, mentally by harassment. Maybe the person is dating, maybe the person is in a relationship with another person that is committed in nature and not just maybe friendship or whatever. Then if that is the case, you get what I'm saying? Yeah, it even reminded me of some friends that were having whatever with each other. Doesn't concern me. What was concerning me is that one was dating one and then I'm suspecting you are having sex with another person. It's stupid, it's silly, it's an idiotic excuse me, it's an idiotic event. You get, it's an event that looks like, if you are seeing birds of the same feathers flock. You get what I'm saying now? And then your friends are going against the, let's call it, minimum requirement of morality in front of the Most High God. You get what I'm saying? At the current stage, you don't want God to look at you like, wait, Raphael, and you're friends with this set of people. You get, or you know this set of people and you are still moving in this. You get, and you cannot even call them to. You get what I'm saying? So maybe that's what caused some stress between us, because I was suspecting, and as a righteous person, I must react. If I don't, I would become a sinner. You get what I'm saying? I must react, and my reaction must be confrontational since you are my friend. But when you turn it into something harmful, I must reverse and run if I'm not going to attack you. You get what I'm saying? I must ask. It's a must. If I shut up on it, I must break up the friendship. Immediately I shut up about it, I must break up the friendship. If I don't want to break up the friendship, I must challenge you. I must ask, or I will become sinful. So that is what happens within me and my friends some time ago, and we end up breaking the friendship. No, last. You get? So we end up breaking up the friendship. So that is it for companionship. You get? You don't have any audacity to have sex, gene transfer with that person. You get what I'm saying? If you want gene transfer, go to GH.Dr. with the person. Now it's not sexual companionship again. You see that this person have the genes you want. You get? Let the doctor coordinate it. You get what I'm saying? The doctor will check also. You get what I've told you, the doctor will try to improve you for like 6 months. If you are not improving, then you lack the gene. Then the sexual doctor will tell you how long you need to be with the person, the gene donor. You get what I'm saying now? And how many doctor ló máa ṣe gbogbo calculations yẹn fún ẹ. You get it? It's not something I would tell you. You get what I'm saying now? So that is it about that one. You get so just leave that part alone. So as a companion, that is what you have to do. And Ayeconet supports companionship, and that is why on our website we have a companionship website. You can be a business companion. It means you have a lot of business skills. You can be a social companion. It means you have a lot of social skills. Maybe the person is not so good socially and wants to become social, so the person employs you is a kind of employment to train him, because it means you are solving the social part of his life. So as a social companion, you guide that person through the social life. You can actually go for sexual companion too. It means you help the person improve sexually, like not development too, but at least you will accompany the person through his sexual life. As a partner, not as a slave. You get what I'm saying now? And if it is academics too, you can be academic companion. It means you read together, you do this together, you do that together, and it doesn't necessarily mean you are in the same department. You get what I'm saying now? But most of the time, it's better you are in the same department because of the mental health of the companion himself. So you get what I'm saying now? Come on, and your own mental health to kill you must be within the same field. You get what I'm saying now? So and many things like that. So that's different. So if you go to Ayeconet.com.ng, you will see the companion site. You can click on it and describe the kind of companionship you are interested in. If it is business companionship, how much you are collecting for your companionship. It might be per month, it can be per day, it might be per appointment, but most of the time for business companionship, it will be monthly. What are the skills you have to offer that this person will want you as a companion? You get what I'm saying now? Do you have physical? Do you have computer skills? Do you have business analytic skills? Do you have this? Do you have that? You become a companion for that person on a business. If it is domestic companionship, okay, you can watch, you can do this, you can do that. Yes, you become a companion business-wise. You get what I'm saying? I've told you the reason why I used escorting for that one. Then I wanted to change the meaning of escorting, but then when the federal government said, Raphael, you cannot use the word escort runs, then I decided to use Ayeconet. And then I'm not stressing myself in getting any change of whatever. Let us leave it the way it is and pick the more looking one. That's why I had to start that one as Ayeconet Companion. You guys want to click on Ayeconet Companion, is a business, whatever. You just list your services and the price of each type. If you have business skills, you become business analyst, this. If you have sexual skills, you can add down to it. If you have domestic skills, you can add down to it. Then it depends on the person. Okay, this is the companionship service I am interested in for you or from you. You get what I'm saying? So companionship is not something that will be termed. It's totally legal, law abiding, and God approving. You get what I'm saying now? Because God is not an hypocrite. If He creates an organ for you to use, whatever, because that is the baseline, sexual companionship. And it creates the organ to be so pleasurizing, and God will never create temptation you can never overcome. It means it is not hard to fulfill His wishes in the sexual part. And it's simple. If you are not going to marry someone and don't have sex with that person, have masturbation sex. It gave us the knowledge to separate our genes and whatever. You get what I'm saying now? Then you want to talk about the person that died because he did not release into whatever. And the reason why he died is because if you look at the content of his mind, you get, he might even be the one that killed his brother. You get, so you cannot judge that part. If you look at you cannot just use that one to conclude, and then maybe it's not even God that killed him. Maybe it's the wife that killed him. You get, that now killed him in a way that looks like you will believe it is God that killed him. You get, because God is not a killer. You've sinned against God thousands of times. How many times have God killed you? If God will kill someone, God will send warning to the person through someone that he never knew and someone that never knew about his sin. You don't understand? The person does not know about the sin. The person just come. He be like, say, he might not even give it as message. She be she give message. He will just say something that will remind you that God is angry at it. You understand what I'm saying now? So that is it. You might dream, you can do that personally or whatever. So that is it about companionship, and that is it about escorting. So Ayeconet support companionship. So you can visit www.ayeconet.com.ng, the home page, click on the companionship, and it will take you to the companion page. Or you can click the link description directly to the companion page where you register yourself as a companion. You can contact the number written there. You get my number too, because I can put you through the process so that you can know the right thing and how to go about it. Thank you, and have a nice night.